Hey, thanks for stopping by my neck of the woods. I'm the gig geezer in Wood Lane, and when I'm out there driving, I'm out there to make some money. I want to help you maximize your gig hustle. I am less than 10 minutes away from dropping off this DoorDash drive order, and I'm a bit subdued about this order because this order is paying nothing more than base. It has been my experience, and I've now delivered 54 of these orders out of more than 3,600 for DoorDash, but specifically 54 of these drive orders, these catering orders, in which I would say probably as many as half, if not a little more than half of these orders pay only base pay. They're nothing more than glorified regular orders with just more items and actually, just more items, and there's more money spent. I don't know what goes into this. I recall at one time, I think the restaurants was taking the tips, and so the drivers who were delivering these orders didn't see anything. I don't know. I have not really tried to make any rhyme or reason of how that's done. All I see is when I decide on if I'm going to claim one of these orders, I see the dollar amount, I see the address of where it's going, I see the number of items, and then I decide, I guess if I have that type of vibe or inkling about it, I'll decide if I'm going to claim it. That's pretty much what goes into my rationale when selecting these orders. There are times where I'm pleasantly surprised or beyond pleasantly surprised, but a lot of times I'm kind of miffed. In fact, there was the last catering order that I completed, the people gave me rated me 3 stars, and for what? I think some of these places think that you are the actual caterer and that you actually work at the restaurant, and all I am in this process is the person who drops off the food. I have nothing to do with how the food is prepared. I have nothing to do with if all the items are there. I can ask the restaurant if all the items are there, and they usually say yes or no. But that's usually how it works. But again, I guess this one kind of just, I'm not going to say it's kind of stuck in my craw, but this is seemingly a typical outcome of a lot of these drive orders, at least in this market. There's not much to them, not at all. I guess the best thing to see to kind of make heads or tails or make some type of ration. Pickup times are going to be anywhere between 10 and 11 o'clock, and most of the drop-off times are going to be between 11 and 1 o'clock. So it's mostly for these people's lunch hours. What I see from them is that these drive orders can be a bump in your day in terms of how much you make for the day. But if you're looking to really capitalize off of drive orders on a daily basis, I don't think, at least in this market, that's the way to go. You pick them if you can, and move on. And that's kind of what I'm doing today, or at least that's what I'm telling myself, and that's what I'm sharing in this segment of the Gig Geezer. Now, with these drive orders, there are some metrics that DoorDash keeps up with. The main one is your acceptance rate. You must keep at least a 90% acceptance rate of these orders, or you do stand a very good chance of being deactivated from doing drive orders. The next metric is on time. Sometimes I wonder how they calculate that, but for whatever it's worth, they say you must maintain 80% or better. I at one time was in the 60% range, but I never got deactivated. But they say that you may face deactivation, so that means it's not as important or as big a priority as as you dropping the drive orders. The next one is your on time to the drop-off location. Now that can be easily affected by whether the restaurant have their act together and the orders are ready. One thing is that if you have to wait more than 30 minutes at the restaurant, DoorDash will bump your pay an additional $5. Now that is what happened with my most notable order earlier this fall/summer, in which I received a $120 tip atop of the order. That order paid out in all $149, and the $5 tip was included because the restaurant did not have their act together. I waited like right around 35 minutes for them to have the order ready. Okay, so I just completed that order. It was actually to a dermatology practice, which I've dropped off there before. The last time I dropped off there, it was an old Chicago order, and it paid like $25, and there was 0 tip to go with it as well. This particular time, I went into the front desk. I told them I have a catering order. They go, oh yeah, that's right. We have a catering order today. And so she says, if you can come drive around back, I'll come. You can go in through there, and I'll show you where you can put everything. And that's all she did. The rest was left to me, how to put it out there and all. I mean, I guess these people assume that you are a caterer. All I'm there to do is really to drop off the stuff. I'm not there to make it all presentable and entice and inviting and ingratiating or anything like that. If I were to sum up this order, it was perfunctory, and that is your $5 word for today, perfunctory. So the question is, are drive orders worth the while? Are drive orders worth the time and hassle? The best thing I could say is that if you're looking for a bump in your day, and if it's a respectable amount to you, at least on the onset, yes. But I think what you're looking for, though, is something that's going to be really worth your while, where there's a tip to go with it. And that's what makes these occasions rather disappointing and deflating, and makes you really think twice about whether you want to go through getting there on time and all, and then you may not get the extra money. You may not get a tip. As I've said already, I would venture to say that of the 54 orders that I've completed, I would say at least 30 of them had no tip, and that's for this market. Maybe in other markets, drive orders are more lucrative, or at least more worthy of your time and effort. But I can't say that in this market wholeheartedly. So there you have it. That's another drive order in the books. And until next time, I'm Inwood Lane, and may your hustle continue.
Thank you for checking out this segment of the Gig Geezer. If you like the content that's been provided, hey, hit that subscribe button and also give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or useful information that you'd like to pass on to the Gig Geezer, I can be reached at giggeezer3.5@gmail.com.